What up, YouTube? I'm back. So it was a really good episode in my opinion, even though it was the third episode in a row where there was training. I really liked it a lot, and I'm gonna talk about it more in this review. But before that, I just want to say that why these little girls have these kind of eyes, that's kind of funny to me. Maybe it's because the author didn't want to do the details of their eyes. I don't know, but I think it's kind of funny. But anyway, like I said, it was still a lot of training in this week's episode. We saw Tenjiro improving throughout the episode. Even Kanao was surprised about how he was improving, so that was kind of cool. And the thing that I like the most about this episode is obviously Kanao. She's becoming one of my favorite characters, even though we don't know much about her. We saw a little bit of a backstory in this week's episode, which I like. It was sad, and we're going to talk about it more. But yeah, man, Tenjiro was improving throughout the episode. Obviously, in last week's episode, we learned that he needs to keep his breathing technique 24/7, even when he sleeps, to become stronger. So that's that should be hard, and it's hard. So I can't even imagine how hard it is, and because Tenjiro was training that hard, Inosuke and Zenitsu saw him training, and then Lady Shinobu talked to them, and Lady Shinobu, she's awesome, man. She's my favorite female character of the show right now. She's surpassed Nezuko, and she's on the top right now, man. I really really like her, but obviously Zenitsu love woman, and because Lady Shinobu is a woman, it was kind of easy for her to tell Zenitsu to train. So that was kind of funny, even though I think Lady Shinobu was doing that on purpose. I think she's smart, man. She's really really smart, so she was obviously doing this on purpose. Anyway, like I said earlier in the review, we saw Kanao's backstory. If y'all don't remember who Kanao is, she's basically Lady Shinobu's disciple. And it was a really, really sad backstory, man, because first of all, she was really, really poor. Second of all, she was sold by her parents, which is really, really sad, man. That's fucked up, being sold by her own parents. That's sad, man. I hope that they got what they deserve for doing that to their child. If you're not able to take care of a child, don't have a child. That's the first thing that I'm thinking about. But yeah, that's really sad. So we don't know what could have happened to her. She was kind of a slave, so she could have been raped as a child. We saw some scene where she was getting knocked out like by an older guy, so that's effed up. But gladly she was encountered by Lady Shinobu and Lady Kanai, I think Lady Shinobu's sister's name was. And it was kind of cool to see this backstory, because we saw Lady Shinobu as a younging, but she's still young. I guess I saw on Twitter that Lady Shinobu is 18 years old right now. So I guess in the backstory she was maybe 15. I don't know, but it was kind of cool to see her as a little bit younger than she is right now. The way that she talks is a little bit different. The tone of her voice is different, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, man, Kanao it was great, man. It was a great encounter that she was able to encounter Lady Shinobu and Lady Kanai, man. I don't know what would have happened without them. They really saved Kanao, man. That's crazy. But I really like how the backstory ended, because something that Lady Shinobu was saying is that she can't decide by herself, because she's been a slave for a while, and she can't really decide for herself. So what Lady Kanai did was give her a coin and decide by this coin how she will do things, and something that Lady Kanai said is that someday she will change because she will fall in love with a boy, so that was really interesting, because later in the episode we saw how Kanao was looking at Tenjiro. Maybe she thinks she's falling in love, I don't know, but it seems like they'll develop a friendship, and maybe it will be a love interest for Tanjiro. That's kind of interesting. We are going to talk about Kanao again later in this review, so stay tuned for that. But right now, I want to talk about Inosuke and Tenjiro's sword. So obviously, we know that in the last arc, their sword was broken because they were fighting, demons that were basically stronger than them. And now they have new swords, so we saw Inosuke's new sword. At first, I remember the first time that we encountered him. He's a demon slayer, so I was wondering why his sword was like that, and now we know why. He was just doing that by himself with a rock, which is kind of it was a funny moment because the sword forger was really really mad because they work hard to do that, so him destroying his sword to make it how he wants it to be was kind of funny to me. But yeah, now we know why his swords were like that. I guess that's how he likes it, I don't know why, but I guess that's why. But yeah, man, that was really funny. We didn't see Tenjiro's sword for a reason. Maybe it's because it's a little bit different. Maybe it's gonna be red like the guy wanted at the beginning of the series, I don't know, but it seems like it's gonna be maybe different. I don't know. But like I said, we're gonna talk about Kanao again because Tenjiro, like I said at the beginning of the review, was getting better throughout the episode, so he was finally able to catch Kanao, which was pretty cool, and he was finally able to beat her at the cup game, so that was also cool. But her reaction to when Tenjiro was able to catch her was priceless. She didn't I don't think she thought that she would be caught, so that was a cool reaction. But like I said, it seems like there may be going to be a love interest for Tenjo, and that's going to be Kanao. Maybe Tenjo is going to be the reason why she changes. Maybe she's falling in love with Tenjo. I don't know, but it's going to be an interesting couple, quote unquote. They have an interesting dynamic, so I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with them. Anyway, man, yeah, I really like Kanao. She's on top, on the top of my favorite characters right now, even though we don't know that much about her except her backstory. We don't know why she doesn't talk. Maybe it's because of what happened, of the trauma that happened as a child. But the only time that we heard her actually talk was to Nezuko in the forest when she was asking if Nezuko was Nezuko, so that's the only time that we've heard her talk. Maybe she's gonna talk to Tenjiro before he goes on his next mission. I don't know, but I really want to know more about Kanao. I really want to see her more in the series because I really like her as a character right now, so I can't wait to see her character development. By the way, Nezuko is still asleep. I think Tenjiro said it's been days since she woke up, and it's kind of interesting, I know that Nezuko is sleeping instead of eating humans, so that's maybe why she's been sleeping that much recently, or maybe she's changing again, maybe she's evolving, maybe, I don't know, but it's been a while since she was awake, so I think there's something that's changing inside of her. I don't know, but we'll see. And another something that was interesting that I'm gonna finish with was Lady Shinobu and Tenjiro's discussion at the end of the episode. Tenjiro basically asked her if she knew what in the Inokami dance was, and Lady Shinobu didn't know because Tenjiro also said that it was kind of a fire breathing technique, and she said that she's never heard of it. She said that it's different than flame breathing technique, so that was really really interesting, man. I'm wondering if the master knows about the Hinokami dance. I don't know, but it's kind of interesting that Lady Shinobu, one of the Hashiras, doesn't know about the Hinokami dance. But yeah, man, I think that Tenjiro's father, there's a lot of things that we don't know about him right now. Maybe he's the one that Muzan was scared about, because the first time that Muzan encountered Tenjiro, the one thing that he remembered from Tenjiro was his earrings, and we basically saw a little flashback about a demon slayer that basically attacked Muzan, and I think Muzan was scared of this demon slayer, so I guess Maybe it was Tenjo's dad. I don't know, but that's really interesting, you know. So I think that was a bit of a foreshadowing for this kind of arc, you know. So we'll see what's gonna happen with that. Anyhow, at the end of the episode, we saw that Tenjo was going on a mission the first time in a while, so I can't wait for that. Lady Shinobu said that he was fully healed, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he does with, you know, his newfound breathing technique, because he can do it at all time, I think, right now. So it's gonna be interesting to see how strong he gets. That's the demon that we saw at the end of the episode. So I really want to see how strong this demon is. You know, maybe he's just a normal demon, maybe he's one of the 12 Kizukis, we don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with that. I'm wondering if he's going to bring Nezuko or let Nezuko in the headquarters, you know. I wouldn't trust any one of the Hashiyas, you know, because that's just me, but I would bring Nezuko with me, and I'm wondering if he's going to go with Zenitsu and Inosuke. That's gonna be interesting, but maybe Kanao is gonna join him. I don't know, but I can't wait for next week's episode. I think it's the last episode of the season, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait for when they announce the second season of Demon Slayer, because they basically have to, right? Because this season was such a success that they need a season 2, man. I really need a season 2 because it's been an awesome ride. I really like this anime. It's been really good. But let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is gonna happen next week's episode, the last episode. So hopefully we'll have a second season, man. So I'm not gonna read the manga or anything. I'm just gonna wait for a second season, because I think the animators, the show writers, you know, how they adapted the manga. I'm gonna read the manga till next week's episode to see how they adapted the manga. But from what I've heard, they've done a great job. So kudos to them. They did an amazing job. I will do the last Demon Slayer reviews next Saturday, so stay tuned for that. I also do other anime related things like Black Clover reviews on Tuesdays, Fire Force and usually Dr. Stone reviews on Fridays, and then, like I said, the last episode of Demon Slayer next Saturday, and One Piece reviews on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. I will also do Boku no Hero Academia Season 4 reviews starting October 12th, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to do the entirety of the season, and I'm going to do Sword Art Online Alicization War of the Underworld also October 12th, I think, or October 13th, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be an amazing ride. But thank you for watching. Follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to my channel. It would help my channel a lot. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.